So, over a decade ago, someone had been cyber stalking and threatening my boss, now friend. And law enforcement had already told her, hey, we just don't have the resources to stop this perp. And of course, I'm a nosy and detail oriented person, so I was on the case. um, I was checking email headers and using OSINT to geolocate this person. I was on it. But this sort of thing would go on for years. I would pick up a cybersecurity skill and really not know that it would be applicable to a lawful career.
A lot of factors contributed to me embarking in cybersecurity. First off, I have quite a few family members who are in IT, and they just said, "Hey, why don't you try it?" And I was like, "Well, I don't think I'm not technical, so I don't think I'll do so well." But I just honestly just took a leap of faith.
I just wanted to protect people and their computers. We all know how important technology is in everyone's lives nowadays. Ever since I started studying computer science, I knew I wanted to be in the cybersecurity field and help make the virtual world safer for everyone.
I was introduced to cybersecurity concepts through the Girls Go Cyber Start program when I was in high school, and that's what directed me to major in computer science. Participating in this program and learning more about other people's experiences and especially the real life application of cybersecurity has definitely pushed me to pursue a career in cybersecurity.
I have been in the IT field for about 20 odd years now. And one of the things I really enjoy about that is the opportunity to learn and to grow and experiment with new technology. So getting into cybersecurity gives me an opportunity to expand on that, but also be doing something meaningful.
I considered taking cybersecurity as a turn in my studies because I felt that it really matches with my ideology of actually applying what I learned in the real life scenarios and really making a change. The main takeaway from this course for me would be that right now I'm way ahead of where I was when I started taking training from this scholarship program.
So I started taking courses at my local community college. I basically started with a CompTIA A plus, basic computer science course, and I just kept going after that. I moved on to network engineering, more the Cisco Net Academy courses, and really liked them, and I was doing really, really well with them, and I just kept going, and I saw that my community college offered a certificate in cybersecurity, so I started going for those courses.
Initially, I wasn't planning on applying because I felt I may not be ready for it yet. I had only gotten to know about the field of cybersecurity about a month before I saw the application. I had just installed Kali Linux because of a Udemy course I had taken. I wasn't quite sure if I was ready, but then I noticed that it was a phased program that you had to go, that it was not guaranteed all the way to the end. You had to keep moving to the next phase. And so I decided to just sort of jump and take a leap.
Prior to this, I was working as an administrative assistant for a telecommunications company in Boston. And while there, we had done a cybersecurity training. And my mind was just completely blown learning about different social engineering attacks and the things that people should do to kind of mitigate them, like two-factor authentication and not reusing passwords. And it was just so fascinating to me that I decided to apply to be a cybersecurity apprentice.
Well, it was in August of 2020, so we were still in the pandemic. And I saw in my minority cybersecurity Microsoft Teams group that WiCyS had an open call to anyone who wanted to, join the technology field, be in cybersecurity, and I felt that I would be a good fit, especially it said that you could have no background. You didn't need any background and that they train you up.
I was in a panic. If that's a stage, that's where I was. Following years of on and off again, or an on and off again relationship with IT, I'd been flirting with marketing, hospitality, and so forth. And I just finished an enterprise cloud computing certificate. Um, Hilariously, because it was the most economic choice to study cybersecurity.
So I was pursuing a bachelor's degree in computer science. I still am actually, and I had been trying to learn more about cybersecurity for over a year. I tried joining groups at my college that were focused on studying cybersecurity, but I was still having a hard time getting started. So that's when the opportunity to sign up for the security training scholarship appeared to me.
I have been with my current company a little over 12 years now, and I've had quite a few different roles there. But over the years, I've noticed that I've kind of been drifting out of more hands-on technical roles into kind of more management or business analysis roles. About a year ago, I decided to kind of sit back and take a good hard look at the way my career was progressing. And determined that I needed to find a way to get back into that groove of doing things I really enjoyed. And I kind of realized that a lot of the roles that I had were technology related, and all of them had some flavor of security to them, but never really tied into it. So the more I thought about it, the more shifting into cybersecurity just seemed like a logical transition.
Definitely Caitlin's mentorship and the web of support that we crafted together as a cohort in this immersion academy. I mean, during our weekly meetings, hands down, we did this together.
My favorite part was CyberStart. CyberStart is amazing because, well, background about me, I do enjoy games. I do enjoy video games. I've had all systems. I grew up with all brothers and all cousins. They were all guys, so I grew up around gaming. Making cybersecurity a gamified experience, I think, is what really piqued my knowledge and really piqued my interest. Sorry.
My favorite parts, I think everything is my favorite part. It was just so amazing. The first part, which was the pre-qualifying round, was so incredible. We had a Slack channel, and I think there were over 900 of us, and I think 300 were on the Slack. We helped each other out with safe hints for the challenges, and that was so much fun. The energy in there was just so incredible.
My favorite part is the people. I really like meeting with my cohort weekly and hearing their experiences as well. They're very supportive and very motivating, and it makes me feel like I have a home in cybersecurity.
I feel that this scholarship program was very different from others because here there was a lot of energy, a lot of life, be it the Cohort or on-demand videos in the sessions. We were actually able to learn a lot of concepts, both deep and peripheral ones, and actually we are being examined regarding how much knowledge or how much understanding we had regarding the subject.
I'm not sure that there's any scholarship out there that will catapult you right into the domain of mid-career certifications for cybersecurity. It's comprehensive, right? In that you're getting career support, you're getting mentorship, and opportunities to collaborate and connect with brilliant minds.
The CTF is like a 24-hour one where you have a lot of challenges across different areas of cybersecurity.
I enjoyed stage 1 a lot. It was a weekend-long beginner level CTF, and there were nearly 1,000 women playing. Some questions were pretty easy, which is nice because we didn't get discouraged. But others got me cracking my head, which was also nice because then I felt like it was really, I was overcoming a challenge.
Again, I would say a gamified experience. CTFs are literally, I'm addicted. I did a CTF, and I think the first CTF that WiCyS held on the Tomahawk platform was one of my first ever CTFs. And it literally is like finding a hidden treasure.
I never done any capture the flags prior to that, so it was a really wonderful experience. In part due to the Slack channel of everyone who was so supportive.
Capture the flag events are kind of fun simply because I like puzzles. I like picking things apart. I like figuring how they work. I like problem solving. It's a big part of what got me into the IT field in general. So that kind of a qualifier for a program like this, I thought was a really neat opportunity to pick up some new skills, to learn some new things, to really get a feel for kind of what might be out there in the cybersecurity field.
I always loved playing CTF because I loved taking challenges and analyzing them and then solving them, and the victory in the end was really sweet.
Cyber Start game, I was hooked. Period. Practicum is the way. I can no longer retain things that I'm not interacting with. So I will never forget, command injection, because I had to spend hours trying to exploit a web page that was vulnerable to it. So invaluable experience.
From morning until night, I would just, chip away at the CyberStart game. And it was a lot of fun. It was really challenging, learning just a little bit more each day. And that was amazingly fun. I never thought of myself as a STEM person before. I think I was always a little bit scared of how difficult I had assumed it would be and how kind of male dominated the field is. But at the same time, I think cybersecurity is incredibly interesting.
Just having so many puzzles to figure out, and just how they progressively, got, more difficult. And, it helped my focus for so long.
So yeah, on stage 2, we played CyberStart game, which was I believe a 3-month-long CTF with a lot more challenges spread across multiple levels. I learned a lot of technical stuff from game, and it taught me perseverance at a whole other level.
The CyberStart game, it helps you build up skills, Linux programming, cryptographic skills too. And you also have about forensics if you guys want to know more about forensics.
I've always been a fan of gamified learning, and this kind of really took that to the next level. It broke things down not only into levels of difficulty, but it also separated things out into areas of expertise so that you could kind of really focus on different things like Python coding or forensic analysis or web page security.
SANS Foundations was extremely user-friendly. The graphics and the audio that accompanied the lessons helped me to reinforce it and helped it to really stick. And the videos were great walkthroughs, and everything that was really just well constructed.
The best part about the Foundations course was it very much prepared us for taking the SANS on-demand courses. We were just kind of given a deadline about when we had to take the exam, but everything else, our schedule, how fast we'd move, all of that was kind of left up.
So at SANS Foundations, we got a huge course about everything you need to know in order to get into cybersecurity. And yeah, I guess it was really helpful, incredibly helpful, especially to fill the gaps from what we had learned on previous stages.
The thing that I liked the most about the Foundations course was that the name is spot on. This course was designed to take folks who could have come from any technical level, brand new, experienced folks in certain parts of the industry, folks who are looking to grow different skills and just kind of give you a well-rounded base to build your technical skills from.
Of the program and started with SANS Foundation, which was an amazing course. It's a new course that I think was offered only last year. I have a programming background, but this really was helpful because I was rusty in quite a few things that were portions that it was new to me. And so just getting all that together and brushing up on things that were rusty and new things was amazing. And it was hands-on. There were portions that were hands-on, which is my favorite part of learning.
How did I decide what elective to pursue? Everything in the Sans catalog is attractive, so it was difficult, and especially all of their forensics offerings. Um, I called by thinking about what would be the most difficult to pivot into without any background. And also looking at the skills that I already was learning about. So cloud security, I was already invested in, you know, DevOps and learning about that.
So stage 4 was actually my favorite because it is the closest to what real cybersecurity professionals do. I took the SANS 401 course, which is focused on cybersecurity essentials, just like SANS Foundations, but with a lot more depth, like a lot. We also had the opportunity to take GSAC, which is the GX certification related to 401. Afterwards, I decided to take the SANS 504 course, which focuses on hacker tools, techniques, exploits, and incident handling. I chose this elective because since I'm still not sure what I actually want to work with, 504 seemed to be the best option. It provides the best overview across multiple cybersecurity areas.
The stage 4, the advanced training piece, was kind of really what we'd all been like building to, how Foundations and the Cyber Start gaming had pushed us in this direction. So I found this incredibly useful because it gave me the opportunity to continue to build on the knowledge that I was already picking up.
So doing this program while simultaneously doing my undergraduate courses was a bit hectic, but it was really helpful. I've learned so many different study tactics and ways to retain information through these SANS courses. And that is very helpful and applicable to what I'm learning in school as well.
The fact that I learned so much just from being in a cohort learning at whiplash speeds, right? So absorbing, but also observing their challenges, styles of learning, and relishing in their success when we did it, right? When we get our certs. That was awesome.
I still can't believe that I'm an undergraduate student with a GX certification. I'm sure this is going to play a major role when I start job hunting. Not to mention the connections I've made so far.
Like 6 months ago, like I didn't think I was even gonna get a job, even though I went through all this, the training, at my community college. Like, who's gonna hire a 44-year-old woman in tech in an entry level job? Like, like I was pretty set that might not even work ever again, at least not in engineering or anything, tech related. And, just when I started these SANS courses and I realized how the integrity of SANS and the courses and the reputation that they have, I'm like, this would help. Like, I actually might have a chance in getting a job. So it was a career changer. It definitely helped.
I'm super fortunate because I think earning the scholarship has definitely, validated myself, validated my decision to become a career changer at what has been a very tumultuous time period. I think having the SANS certifications has really added a lot of clout to me as a candidate when I'd been interviewing.
Cybersecurity is a stunningly broad field. It is a mile wide and a mile deep. There are so many different disciplines to learn and sub-disciplines beyond those, and so many rabbit holes you could go down exploring this field. So for somebody just getting into the field, even having been in IT for so long, it was pretty intimidating once I kind of decided that that was the direction I wanted to go. this program kind of really came along right at the right time in making that decision to shift career paths, because it gave me the ability to step back and work on some basic retraining that enhanced and kind of dusted off some of the skills that I already had, but made some of those disciplines a little more concise, a little cleaner.
And for me, from day one, I already was applying the concepts I was learning at work, and this was life changing for me as a career changer, because my employer trusted me right away and appreciated the work I delivered because of all these concepts that I used and applied at work.
My boss at Amazon, as an incoming security engineer intern, asked me, "Oh, can you tell me a little bit about your Sans Immersion Academy experience?" That's one that's happening. I will also be interning at Intel in their client computing group, so that's very exciting. Oh yeah, the world is opening up. Let's just keep it at that.
Having gone through this program, having learned the things that I've learned, and earned the certifications that I've earned, I am in a much better position to be a contributing member of this team. And as of right now, we are actively working on finding a role that fits the skills that I've acquired.
With the scholarship, I've participated with NCL in two seasons, and that's been really fun. WiCyS does a really good job of welcoming new and new people to cybersecurity. I mean, I have the Cohort we meet almost every week now for the SAN security, and that's been really great. Just knowing people that are going, other women that are going through the same thing that I'm doing, and have the same doubts and insecurities that I do, and but we're still plugging away. We support each other, and that's been really great.
WiCyS has been life changing, obviously. They really mean it when they say WiCyS. And everything from their AWS security jams, their game days, their partnerships with boot camps, all of that's brought me that much closer to being able to interact with things hands-on that I wouldn't have otherwise.
I would not have found this program without them. WiCyS was the first women's cybersecurity organization that I found and that I joined. And they are a remarkable organization. They have such a great reach globally, and they just continue to expand on ways to help women progress in the cybersecurity field.
I would have to pick two. I know you asked for one, but number one is acute focus, which was really easy because the material is very engrossing. And number two, my tenacity was already unstoppable, but it was hardening to know that no one in that cohort would ever allow me to quit because of self-doubt.
The biggest one was definitely time. Time management was absolutely critical for a program like this. It is essentially an immersion academy, so you're drinking from the proverbial educational fire hose, which was definitely a lot to take in. I currently work full-time. I'm a single mom. I have 3 girls who are elementary and middle school aged. So being able to balance maintaining my household and setting aside time to study and to listen and to read and to learn was absolutely a necessity.
Unlike other folks in this cohort, I really hadn't attempted any foundational cybersecurity certification. And part of that is because I come from a time, or I had worked in IT during a time where people weren't as, I think, embracing as, yeah, yeah, weren't embracing women in IT in the same way that they are now. I had that stigma, and it took meeting somebody who was about my age in this cohort, who had had a very similar experience and survived it all. And I said, if she can do it, I can do it. Jeez. Not saying that we had equivalent experiences, but yeah, it was very important for me to see that.
Being able to know other people through WiCyS, to network with. Like I've never, networking has always been kind of like, it's just not a very awkward thing for me to do. But I feel a little bit more confident now, especially with WiCyS, and it seems like everybody in WiCyS, all the other members are very, approachable, and you can connect with them, and they'll be like, oh yeah, and they'll help you out, which is really great.
If you have an opportunity to apply for this program, I highly recommend it. It's just the amount of knowledge you gain in less than a year is just mind-boggling, and it gave me so much confidence that I can be in this field. I went to a couple of interviews and I was able to hold my own because of this program, and so I'm very grateful for that.
Because anyone who's ready to do this, to throw down, give themselves for this time, they're going to succeed, and they're going to push others to do the same.
Yeah, definitely encourage anyone who is even remotely interested to apply for the program. It has been so helpful for me, and as one of only a handful of women in my entire organization and the only female security analyst, I'm just so happy to have a wonderful female cohort who are all kind of in the same boat as me, as career changer, as women in tech. And yeah, it's so great. I look forward to our weekly calls.
It is nothing short of life-changing. This program took somebody who was looking to make a change but was uncertain about how or where or when, what direction to go in, what made sense, and really just put things in an order that made sense.
Yes, 100%. This program will change your life for the better. I've learned a lot about general cybersecurity concepts, which I definitely feel are necessary for you to start a career in cybersecurity, and it's a good place to start as well.
Definitely try for it. I mean, at least, if they do it the same way next time, even if you just get to play the CTF out of it, is, definitely worth applying.
I would recommend this scholarship program to my fellow cybersecurity enthusiasts because the amount of good things I receive as a part of scholarship program is unfathomable. This is a great program for freshers to start preparing a career in cybersecurity, at the same time perfect for people who are in the industry to receive good certifications.
Because it's a life changer. This program is a life changer from beginning to end. I feel so fortunate to have been chosen to be part of this cohort. Not only because I was able to fast track my cybersecurity knowledge, but also because I have met truly incredible women who taught me the true meaning of two super valuable lessons that people usually take for granted, which is believe in yourself and never give up.